Hey guys, thogden here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Now today we're going through our Champions League predictions. What week are we in now, Dad?
Oh my goodness, this is week number 5 out of 6, isn't it? We're getting close to the last 16.
My favourite time in the world is when we get to the Champions League knockout. So if we're getting nearer to that, I'm a happy man. Champions League has returned. No more of that international bollocks. Are you ready for this?
Absolutely. My favourite time in the world is when I'm in a pub. But you know what? Last time we got 11,000 likes. I'd like that again. I'm not asking too much, am I? You're
not asking too much. When thogden says something, you do it.
You do it. That is an old saying, isn't it? Shall we get straight into it, Theo?
Let's do it.
Group E, the bottom of Group E, Dynamo Kiev against top of Group E, it is Bayern Munich. Now, Dynamo Kiev, Theo, no goals, 1 point in 4 games. That is quite shocking. Only had 9 shots on target. They've got no chance, have they?
But Bayern Munich have bottled it in Bundesliga. The last 4 games, they lost 2 of them. And they're to like Mönchengladbach and Augsburg. So anything can happen.
It can, Theo, but in this tournament, 17 goals, they're the highest scorers. Lewandowski, what a goat, with 8 of them. Yeah. The thing is, Theo, they've pretty much won this group. They might bring a weakened team to Kiev.
You reckon?
They might. And you know what? Kiev have got an outside chance of probably a Europa position. That's more likely.
We're saying all this like Kiev have a chance. I'm saying 3-0 Bayern. Lewandowski brace. Thank you very much and good night.
And I'm saying 2-0 to Bayern Munich. Villarreal against Manchester United, 2 teams who are joint top of Group F. Theo, now Villarreal thrashed Young Boys. I won't do the joke. Manchester United, things are happening at Old Trafford, aren't they, Theo?
Yeah, things are happening. The manager's walking out.
Yeah.
It was a matter of time. One of them was going to happen. No manager, Carrick and McKenna as an interim. How's it going to go down?
Well, I'll tell you what, Cristiano Ronaldo loves the big stage. He's got 5 goals in this tournament. That is 3rd in the race for the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a good game of football. Now, Villarreal will have seen the Watford game and think, we're going to score goals here.
Will it be very Ronaldo to perform here, turn up, get the goals that they need? Because, let's say, it's a very winnable game. Villarreal, they should be. It's Manchester United Football Club here. But something tells me Unai Emery will get his tactics right. Something tells me the players are going to be fired up. They're going to want it more, I reckon. I'm not sure how good Carrick is as a manager. And they haven't brought in someone like instantly like Spurs did. You know, they just brought in Conte like it was nothing. That's the sort of thing United should be doing. Don't wait around with interims. It doesn't work. And I'm going to go Villarreal 2, Man United 1. A Danjuma masterclass. You heard it here first on the Thogden YouTube channel.
That is a massive shout, Theo. And I kind of agree with you. It's a bit of a lottery with Man United in the Champions League. But you know what? I think the players will step up here. And I think it will be Villarreal 2, Manchester United 2. I think there'll be goals.
That's interesting. No Man United wins today. That's insane.
Barcelona against Benfica, 2nd against 3rd in Group E. This should be a good one. Now, Barcelona won their last 2 games against Dynamo Kiev, but Benfica, Theo, beat Barcelona, thrashed them 3-0 last time.
They did, but there was no Xavi.
Yeah.
Now there's a Xavi in the picture. There's going to be no problems. I'm telling you that Barcelona are back.
Well, wait, you just did the Spanish Barcelona thing. Do it again.
Barcelona.
Wow, that is good.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because I can say it like that, it means Ansu Fati will score, Memphis Depay 2, Benfica 0.
Well, do you know what? Barcelona are starting to sneak these 1-0 wins, aren't they?
They are,
but they've only scored 2 goals in 6 hours of football. Doesn't that worry you a bit?
Yeah, but they do have a good team. And with a matter of time, some good coaching, I believe it can change around.
Do you know what, Theo? I'm going to kind of agree with you. Barcelona 1, Benfica 0. Chelsea versus Juventus in Group H. This is the top team against the 2nd team. Now, Chelsea only lost once to the old lady in Turin. And Theo, they've only conceded 1 goal in this tournament. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Chelsea should be worried about one player, and it's Federico Chiesa.
Yes.
Because in the last head-to-head, he scored the goal that helped Juve beat Chelsea. And it's, you know, he was the one to score the winner in their most recent Champions League win. So he's their danger man. For Chelsea, they should just play their football. Honestly, look at the way they're performing at the moment. Reece James is on fire. The whole team looks good. Hudson-Odoi is starting to get more regular football. Havertz getting involved. I'm very impressed by Tuchel lately. I think if they play their game at the Bridge, they will win this.
Chelsea have been brilliant in the Premier League, but you know what, Theo? Juventus, 100% record in this tournament. Not so great in their own league.
Yeah.
Only conceded 2 goals. I think this is different gravy. I think this could be a tight game. You've got a good Italian defence coming to town, but Chelsea, you're right. One of those fullbacks will score a goal. Chelsea 1, Juventus 0.
Low scoring from Thogdad. I disagree. Chelsea 3, Juve 1.
Wow, no chance.
I hope it's a cracker.
Chelsea will not score 3 goals against Juventus.
I think they will.
Lille versus RB Salzburg. Now, this is a very tight Group G, isn't it, Theo? Second against first. Now, Lille, their only defeat was to Salzburg in Austria. What's going to happen here, Theo?
A high-scoring 2-2 draw.
Wow.
That's what I reckon will happen. I think there's exciting players on either team. Jonathan David recently has been very good for Lille. He's got like 6 goals from the last 7 games. But then I look at players in the Salzburg team, like Adeyemi, who are really impressing this season. So it's a battle of some real talented footballers that are going to go on to do big things.
Don't you think it could be a little bit cagey here? Now, RB Salzburg, if they can nick, say, a 1-0 win, they have qualified. I just think it might be low scoring.
I thought Burnley Palace would be low scoring. It ended up 6-goal draw, so I don't know what to think anymore.
Do you know what? I'm just going to go for a 1-1 draw. Malmo against Zenit St. Petersburg in Group H. It's 4th against 3rd. Now, Malmo of Sweden, Theo, they are stinking up the gaff. They've not scored a single goal yet. Zenit have got a mathematical chance of qualifying, but realistically, this is all about a Europa League place, isn't it?
Dad, when I go like this, who do you think of?
I think of you wearing a Brazil shirt.
No, look at the stance. Look at me.
Juba.
Exactly. And he's bagging against Malmo. 2-0 Zenit, no problems. Probably Asmoon to get the other. You know, Juba recently has got 7 goals from 5 games.
And very good goals as well. He's an absolute beast. When you look at him, he's a big lad, isn't he, Theo?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
But his finishing around the box is superb. I'm going to agree with you. Malmo 0. They won't score. Zenit 2. Zenit champion. Sevilla versus Wolfsburg in Group G. This is 4th against 3rd. And Sevilla have disappointed me, Theo. 3 draws and 1 defeat in 4 games. I think they're better than that.
Yeah, I think they are. And that's why they have to win this game.
Yes.
Or it's pointless. They're out. I genuinely believe Sevilla will turn up. It's going to be an Ocampos and Rathomir masterclass. Sevilla 2-1 win.
Wow, Sevilla for me are the sort of team that win 1-0 or draw 1-1. So I'm going to go for the latter. I think this might be a 1-1 draw. It's a funny old group, this. Lots of draws.
Thought that you say all this, but the only time we've streamed Sevilla on the channel, it ended like 4-2.
Yeah, that's true. But that was, of course, in the league, Theo.
Correct. But I still think, 3 goals. What do you reckon?
1-1. Young boys against Atalanta in Group F. This is 4th against 3rd, but it's a tight group and neither of these teams has given up. Young boys got off to a great start. They beat Man United. Then they've lost 3 games in a row. But don't write them off. What's going to happen here, Theo? It's a hard one to call this.
Very tough, because young boys at home can perform. We saw against United in some of their home fixtures. They win most of their games. But you bring them in Europe, they've bottled a few, and they're playing Atalanta, who have some real quality in that team. They play good football. Therefore, I'm thinking Zapata, the sort of players like him, will be too much for the young boys' defence. I'm going for a tight Atalanta 2-1 win.
Wow. Atalanta, I think, are the better team. I think we'd agree with that. But young boys, we need to go there, don't we, Theo? The atmosphere looks brilliant. And you don't associate that with Switzerland. No, all the flags.
Young boys, we need to go there.
Yeah, someone's going to clip that, but never mind. You know what? It's going to be Young Boys 1. They're going to score a goal. Atalanta 2. I think the quality will show through. Moving on to Wednesday. Now it's Besiktas against Ajax in Group C.
That's correct.
This is a real differential. Besiktas absolutely stinking out the gaff. They get battered everywhere they go. Ajax, on the other hand, how good are they, Theo?
Incredible.
They just beat Borussia Dortmund twice.
Dad, I want you to watch them live because they're so special. You know, when you watch Tadic, you know, a player who left Southampton and people wouldn't expect him to be anywhere near the Champions League at this stage of his career. Haller, a failed West Ham striker who just didn't work in the Prem. And Anthony, who's just some Brazilian kid. Those 3 lads are ripping the Champions League alive. It's incredible to watch. Ten Hag, that is the answer.
Wow.
3-0 Ajax, I'm sorry. They're just too good.
But Sebastian Haller, Theo, 7 goals. He's only a goal behind Lewandowski in the Golden Boot. Ajax, one of 4 teams with a 100% record. But Theo, can Ajax win this tournament?
Ajax fans said they could after they smashed Dortmund at home and I was there. But I don't think... I think they can go quite far, but it'll be like one of those semi-finals where they get to a stage where they play someone half decent. Like a Liverpool who will hit home. Yeah. Because Liverpool are not going to lose to Ajax, personally.
Theo, I tend to agree with you. You know what? I'm going Besiktas 1, Ajax 3. 100. I think the 100% record stays. Inter Milan against Shakhtar Donetsk, 2nd against 4th in Group D. Now, if they win here, Theo, it might guarantee them qualification, but Shakhtar Donetsk, 1 goal, 1 point. It's been a miserable tournament for them, hasn't it?
Not great. They usually, you know, the last 3 games, they've drawn 0-0 to Inter.
Wow, is that true?
Yeah, last 3 matches they've played each other, 0 goals. Insane. Çalhanoğlu's been on good form in big games. Is this a big game? I'm not too sure, but he might score a free kick or something. I honestly believe it ends here. Inter at home seem to break their records that they couldn't be doing recently. They were the first team to beat Sheriff when they were going on the run. They beat Real Madrid, etc. You know, I think this will be, again, they'll break their head-to-head at home, score a couple goals. I've seen some stinky performances from players like Barella.
Yes.
When they played Northern Ireland and, you know, they couldn't qualify for the World Cup again. But I think that form will end. I think Inter will perform. They'll win 2-0. They've just come off a back of an exciting game against Napoli 3-2. Yeah, I'm confident.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Theo. Inter Milan to win 2-0. Atletico Madrid against AC Milan. It's 3rd against 4th in Group B, Theo. This is the group with Liverpool. They are way out of sight, but Atletico, they're battling it out with Porto, aren't they, for 2nd place?
Correct, and it's not going to be as easy as they like because they're missing 4 key players. Let's start with the big one, Antoine Griezmann. Red card. Felipe against Liverpool. Silly. You know, they were going to lose that game anyway. They didn't need to get that red. Another red card. Then 2 key injuries. Trippier, injured. João Felix, calf injury. So, it really, they're going to rely on an old man here in Suarez to bag the goals. I think this game's just going to go goal crazy because when AC Milan come knocking on the door and score a goal or 2, Atletico will think, oh my God, we need to go mad here. I think it's going to be a 5-goal thriller. Atletico 3, AC Milan 2. It really is the Suarez against Zlatan battle today.
Yeah, but what's going wrong with AC Milan, Theo? I expected a little bit more. 1 draw,
I don't know.
1 point in 4 games. Not good enough, is it?
They just lost to Fiorentina 4-3.
I know.
Embarrassing. And they're still relying on a 40-year-old Zlatan to score 2 goals. That's probably the issue. You're relying on a 40-year-old. It feels like Man United with the 36-year-old striker they have. When you focus on someone that old to score your goals.
Hey, come on, less of the oldism, Theo. But you know what? I agree with the result. But I think it might be a 2-1 victory for Atletico Madrid. Club Brugge against RB Leipzig. This is 3rd against 4th in Group A. I mean, how unlucky to be in a group with Man City and PSG, Theo. I mean, this is realistically a battle for 3rd place, isn't it?
Having said that, Bruges have 3 more points than Leipzig in the division right now. So, you know, clearly Leipzig are not just unlucky, they're just not very good.
Yes, a draw or a win here for Bruges means that they get the Europa place. So this really has to be an away win for Leipzig. They've got to go out there and win it, Theo.
Yeah, I guess Europa League's probably their standard this year. But I think Bruges deserve it more. And bringing it back to their home stadium, I've been there.
Yes.
Great atmosphere. 2-2 draw. I think Bruges will hold it off and get Europa League. And who's going to stop them going far in the Europa League? They're a solid team, Bruges, this year, you know.
Absolutely. RB Leipzig have disappointed a little bit. Defensively, very frail. They've got the worst defence in the tournament, 13 goals. The other end, though, Christopher Nkunku, Theo, 5 goals. He's level with Mo Salah and Cristiano.
Yeah, but he's the only one in that team doing anything. That's the issue.
Yes.
So, 2-2 draw.
Theo, I agree with you. A 2-2 draw. You've been looking at my notes. Liverpool against FC Porto. This is 1st against 2nd in Group B. Liverpool 100% record. They've been fabulous. They've already qualified. It means more to FC Porto, doesn't it? They're in a battle with Atletico Madrid. Can they get anything?
It means more to Porto, but Liverpool are just too good.
Yeah.
So,
but don't you think they might rest players, Theo?
They might do, but what, they rest players, they bring in Bobby Firmino. It's like they've got a greite bench. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I still think will dominate that midfield. You know, honestly, Tsimikas, look at that, how good he is as a backup. I'm not worried one bit about Liverpool's few changes in their squad. That's all I'm going to say, okay? This is going to be a clear 3-0 win. They're quality at Anfield. Jota loves a first half goal. 6 of the 7 goals he scored was in the first 45.
Wow.
So he'll do it again.
That is a Thogden fact, and Mo Salah loves this tournament. He's on 5 goals. He's level with Cristiano, and I think he's going to want to play in this game, and he's going to want to bag, doesn't he always? I think Liverpool 3, Porto 1. I agree, Theo. I think their second 11 would be too strong for Porto. Manchester City against Paris Saint-Germain. It's 1st against 2nd in Group A. Everyone is saying this is the game of the tournament. Now, Man City, Theo, won 3 and lost 1 to PSG.
Absolutely.
PSG drawn a couple of games, so they kind of messed up a little bit, haven't they?
This is going to be an absolute cracker. The most expensive game in football. It's actually a little bit less than the first game because
more
De Bruyne is
expensive
injured.
Than Bolton against Wickham.
Yeah, Sam Vokes does cop a couple quid. Yeah, no.
Don't mention Sam Vokes.
Oh God!
Theo, please.
Let's get off the topic of Sam Vokes and get back to Lionel Messi. Listen, I watched them. Right, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. The front 3 against Nantes in their kind of warm-up game for this champion, because they don't really take Liga and seriously, do they? It's all warm-ups to Champions League, and they all looked on fire.
Yeah. Did you
None
just
of
say
them...
you just said nonce?
No, Nantes, the team.
Nantes, the team.
Or
Sorry.
Nantes, how it's spelled online.
Yeah, I think it's non.
Oh, okay.
Non.
I reckon it's going to be a messy masterclass, this. Man City are missing De Bruyne. I know Foden's been on pretty good form, but something tells me PSG are going to win this. They need to win it more. They're behind them in the league. So avoid getting close to Club Brugge. They can't drop points here. Maybe a draw, actually.
Theo, on their day, Manchester City are magnificent. It is fluid, beautiful football to watch. Phil Foden and all. You could name the whole team, so I won't bother.
Yeah, we watched them against Everton, and the sort of football they play is incredible. But that was Everton. They were playing Townsend. Now they're playing Messi. Very different.
That is true, Theo. I cannot wait for this game. I think we should go up to Manchester and watch it. I'm going to go Manchester City 2, Paris Saint-Germain 1. City to win this league.
Take nothing away from City. They look incredible. But when I went to PSG City in Paris, I thought City would absolutely smack them up.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And Messi scored a banger. And I think it will happen again. PSG 2, Man City 1.
No chance.
PSG are going to get a big away win here. Like, they love to perform against English clubs. I just got this weird feeling it's going to go down. By the way, Poch against Pep is always a cracker as well. This is a match, game of the year. It could be one. It might be more goals than what we both predict, Dad. Honestly, this could be an absolute Christmas cracker. And we're still 8 weeks away from that.
Sheriff Tiraspol of Moldova against Real Madrid of Spain in Group D. It's third against first. Theo, Sheriff, can they do it again? Can they do the double over Real Madrid?
No, they can't. I'm sorry. It'll be Sheriff 1. Oh, no, they're going to win 1-0. No, Real Madrid 3.
Theo, this is going to be a massive game. Do not underestimate Sheriff. The Moldovans, they are proud people.
Mug!
But having said that, Sheriff 0, Real Madrid 2. Real are just too good. Benzema, masterclass. Sporting Club de Portugal against Borussia Dortmund in Group C. It's third against second. Now, Borussia Dortmund got humbled by Ajax, didn't they, Theo? But can they go to Sporting and get something?
No.
Wow.
They can't. I'm sorry. Hummel's red card.
Yeah.
The main man, Haaland, injured. Gio Reyna and Mori's still out. It's just not the Dortmund that we won. What's the group looking like?
It's very, very close, Theo. This is it. If Sporting win here, you might find Borussia Dortmund in the Europa League. That is not acceptable.
I think Dortmund will lose here, but then they'll beat Besiktas on the final week.
Wow.
And it's going to go down to the wire. It's going to be like one of those amazing games because they have to win to qualify.
Yes.
And I know it hurts me to say this because I do love Dortmund. You know, their fans are brilliant. But I think Sporting are going to perform here at home. 2-1 win.
Wow. Now, Sporting, of course, beat Besiktas twice, but Borussia Dortmund is a different gravy. I think this will be a 1-1 draw.
That's all our predictions complete for the Champions League. It's back. It's my favourite tournament in the world. We all know that. We're going to go some cracking fixtures, guys. Make sure you subscribe and notifications turned on because these videos we're going to be making in the next few days is going to be special.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere.
Don't.